There you go. It should be better now. Oh, get the fuck out of here. There's some shit called impenetrable scales. I don't know what the hell that does. Claw that hoe. There we go. We ain't done. We're not done. Star burst, bitch. Dead? Hell yeah. D-E-A-D. Dead. Kinda easy though. Only wanted a home. I guess we can turn the brightness down some. Only wanted a home. Coronation. Some place I could call my own. In this world, for ill or good, we live together, not alone. The Duke is dead. Aww. The flood waters rise. The people on 5 hills cry. The end is prophesied. That's fucked up, man. Our father didn't survive. I need volunteers to follow me. Are you joking? Of course I'll come. The advantage lies at your side. This will be more than fun. By my honor, let's go inside. We'll tumble on through. It's what we do. Princess, I am with you. Through the mirror into the mud. To rescue my people from the flood.
The bell tolled 6 on Easter Sunday. All looked quite lost. The people cowered on 5 hilltops that were nearly undertossed. As the icy deep rose to meet them, who should unexpectedly appear but Aurora resurrected, with a host of creatures queer. Lickety-split, the group split up, and in less than half an hour, Aurora and her friends led the people up the castle tower. They entered to an empty room. The water lapped at their feet. No way out except to drown. Their doom they were sure to meet. But of course Aurora smiled. Before their eyes, astonished shed. To a mirror she led them, and they stepped through it instead. From that day onward in Austria, only a small island remained. My people safe in Lemuria, their future regain. And Lemuria began to grow again, each of us leading together. Soon it will be your turn, princess, to leave on an adventure. Now, my dear, the fire has died. The night is dark and deep. Close your eyes, let go, and drift off to sleep.
Well, what the hell did she have? What happened to her? Did she die? Dude, I think she died at the end. She died at the end. That's fucked up, man. Yo, I think she... I don't know if she... I don't know what happened to her. I think she died. Dude, man, if she died, that's fucked up. Because she said it's to drift off to sleep. Obviously, in poetry, that kind of means death sometimes. So I'm thinking that since the water was at her feet, she ended up drowning. Because she didn't have any other way to get out. So basically, Lemuria ended up being at the second lost city of Atlantis, so to speak. Got covered in water. And Aurora died. So pretty much all the main characters are dead. The Umbral Queen, the father, and the mother supposedly died. She was just there in spirit, supposedly. And now the princess is dead. What fucked up storyline is this? Man. Alright. So what did I think about the game? Obviously, I think the game was very well put together. A couple things I didn't really like. I'm going to get to that in a minute. First off, the game is actually well drawn. They said that it's like a playable poem inspired by children's fairy tales, and the art design actually reminds you of like those 1990s children's books. I don't know if they still make them in this kind of art style, but it reminds me of those children's books that I used to read, you know, when I was little, but back in the 90s. So to have that art style kind of fit what they were doing with the game is actually pretty good. Another thing is the poetry in the game was pretty consistent and pretty good, considering that they called it like a playable poem. I would assume so, that it would be. So, you know, like the poetry, you know, so like they really get like an A+ from me on that, and for being very consistent with it throughout the game. The combat of the game, that little firefly is crucial to you being successful sometimes, because you actually need him, because they speed, because the wait time for some of the enemies and the casting time is so quick that you actually need to use his light to try to slow them down. But even then, sometimes it's not enough. They're still too fast, so you got to use slow spells and things like that to try to balance out their speed with yours. You know, it's crazy. But one thing I didn't like is like that ending kind of felt very, very rushed. Like you didn't even see the ending coming necessarily. Like when you play RPGs, normally like they let you know, okay, this is the final battle coming up. This is, you know, this is your final time to prep, etc., etc. In this game, like they just throw you right into it. Like you don't even know that you're going into the final battle. So that's kind of like a curveball they throw at you. That's the one thing I didn't really like. Another thing is that they didn't give too much backstory on some of the characters. It was like some of the characters were just there. Like for example, like Gin, she was just there. I mean, like she told like one little story, and it wasn't any real character development with her. So you don't really know that much about her compared to the other characters in the game. I don't know, man. Like some of these characters are just like confusing. Like but overall, you know, the game only costs $15, and really I can't really complain. You know, they did a good job for a $15 game, because this game's out there for like $60 that for like $40, $50, and $60 that you can't even get the amount of quality that you get with this. You know, and that's the God's honest truth. I'm pretty sure many of you played some of those games. You know, but the combat system in the game, it reminds you of those old school RPGs, kind of like the earlier Final Fantasy games. As I mentioned before, like the game like Grandia 2 on the Sega Dreamcast, it kind of reminds me of that more so than any other game, because of that weight meter at the bottom, like that weight meter and the cast meter. I remember seeing something similar like that in Grandia 2 on a Sega Dreamcast back in the day, and that was actually like the most accurate comparison I can do. Man, I wonder if they're gonna do some HD remix of Grandia, but nevertheless, man, this game was pretty good. It was some other stuff that it's like some optional things, like for example, like I didn't go get the rest of those lights for that little elemental, which really wasn't needed, considering that I beat the boss pretty quick. I mean, Like the boss battle was kind of somewhat of a letdown when you think about it. Let me see if I can. Oh, here we go. I think my heart might make do. She's now a queen through and through, but she forgot to talk to you. She has more important things to do. Watch over Lemuria. Goodbye, my queen Aurora. Oh, all right, so she alive. All right, cool. Well, that's it for my playthrough of Child Delight. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And what's going on here? All right, so I guess you can go back and do all the other stuff if you want to. But yeah, man, thanks for joining me. I appreciate you guys watching. Peace, and I'll see you guys next time.